There you go.
Okay, right. I hope people can hear me okay, because I'm very short. And for my own self, I'm going to set my timer now to get started. So my name is Rachel Shawe. I'm the Fundraising and Membership Executive with Leave No Trace Ireland. And today I'm going to give a presentation on using data to understand and shape visitor behaviour. So I have a case study that I'm going to share with you all today, and that's the Love This Place public awareness campaign. We have several partners here today from the campaign, particularly Sport Ireland, Cuilcha, Fóilte, the Department of Rural and Community Development, who I know are here today. I think there are a few others potentially. And this is very much a partnership-based campaign. So to give a little context as to why we came to a campaign in the first place, 2020, we all know COVID-19 pandemic, a big shift that we saw in terms of we had lots of shutdowns, and there's a great desire to reconnect with nature for mental health and physical well-being. And this saw a huge increase in new users accessing the outdoors. We are blessed with a variety of stunning habitats and environment types in Ireland, but with that increase in visitation and use of the outdoors, we saw an increase in impacts. So those impacts really presented the most notable: litter, but we have trail erosion, which Damien has actually mentioned as well and shown some very good photos of, and also conflicts between different user groups. One example being, say, dog owners and the conflict of dogs on leads versus off leads, but also around access and the landowners and overcrowding. So there was a lot of impacts that came from that, and we are dealing with a lot of habitats demonstrating ongoing decline. So the Love This Place public awareness campaign really came about to how can we look to inspire positive behavioural change? How can we address the pressure points, bring awareness to some of them, because some are very obvious and then some not so obvious, particularly around, say, trail erosion. People are not necessarily aware of the impacts that that has on the environment. And how can we empower people through simple actions and put the ownership back on? What can they do to make a difference? So going back to 2022, so the campaign we did in 2020, 21, and then in 22, for the first time, we decided to do a research survey. We worked with Behaviour and Attitudes, which is now Ipsos BNA, and the purpose of that research was to look at people's awareness of impacts on the environment, the awareness of appropriate versus inappropriate behaviours when outdoors, the value they place on accessing the outdoors, and do they feel they have a responsibility personally and an ability to make a change. So we did an online omnibus survey. There's 1,001 adults that participated in that over age 18, and that took place from the 23rd of August to the 2nd of September in 2022. So that research was really instrumental in informing the 23 campaign, which we had last year. It showed us that 18 to 34-year-olds with the age demographic with the least awareness of potential impacts that they can have on the outdoors from recreation. But really positively, 7 in 10 feel they do have a personal responsibility to protect the outdoor environment, but people feel there's somehow limiting factors or barriers in place. They're not sure how they can make a difference, what can they do, and that really came back as well around to different information from different sources, different bodies, not sure what is the right thing to do. So what we sought to do in 2023 was really target to the 18 to 34-year-old age cohort who are spending time in the outdoors connecting with nature, particularly during the summertime. This is a summertime campaign when it runs, and to understand their impact on the environment. And how we sought to do that was communicate simple actions, things they can do to make a difference. It also informed our approach. Previous years of the campaign had been, we'd done radio, we had done social media, but our messaging had been quite different as well. So in 23, we had an ambassador program in place. So we worked with Rose Purcell, who has a big following online, and she also has the Hike Life, her page, and she organises events. So she did 3 events to share the message of Love This Place, essentially, and things people can do for the positive when getting outdoors. We also utilised TikTok for the first time, particularly for 18 to 24-year-olds, to reach that age group, and that proved really fruitful. And we also had a love this place, promise mechanic. This was something people would share on social media. The idea was to move beyond just likes and reshares, and people actually creating content and sharing themselves, their personal story, what they love about their local places. And that ties into the Love This Place Day. It's on World Nature Conservation Day, it's the 28th of July, and we put a call out for individuals, communities to show how they love their place, and we gave them some simple actions they could get involved in. Touching back on the messaging, we went from our early years in the campaign had been, say, put your dog on lead, very authoritative, and then we moved to a different framing, which was be a responsible dog owner. So good dogs deserve good owners. Here are some top tips. So it was more gentle, less authoritative, and I actually got really positive engagement online. People really were writing positively about these type of posts, so that was great. These are just some of the images of this is just litter picking activities that communities got involved in, and these were videos and photos that they put up online and they shared and tagged. There was also heritage walks, there was farmers markets, there was a range of different activities that people shared. So this is just one little snapshot that we have. So our biggest reach over the years of the campaign with 5.9 million, and it was social targeted last year, sorry. And we saw there's 200 people who actively created their own content online and shared it with us, that we know of, that we were able to physically count. So there's potentially much more. And we saw 2 million video views, which the previous year had 180,000, so there's quite a big jump there. Key learnings from the campaign was that an audience-first approach, so being really specific with the messaging was better for engagement. Mixed media, video, particularly for the age group that we were targeting. People in place, people like to see people in the videos, in the imagery, rather than just landscapes. And the positive social messaging as well. And there's a great opportunity to repeat that for 2024, because to have behavioural change, it needs constant work. It's an evolutionary piece. It's not going to happen just from one campaign. So last slide, I see I'm a little bit over on my time. Research investment really integral for the public awareness side. It really does guide and inform your future approaches. But a big piece here, the partnership approach, working with a range of different stakeholders for consistency of messaging and agreed messaging, really put a testament to the success of the campaign. So thank you.